Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. I had a lover who did not love me back. Boom, boom, boom. Bought him candy canes and he took me to Coney Island. Now who could do more than that? Boom, boom, boom. I felt so helpless until one that fateful day. Boom, boom, boom. I wasn't afraid to cry. Emotion was in my eye. He took me on a natural high. And then I said, I love you, boy of mine. And then he said, he loves me back. Yeah, yeah. Well, well. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Yeah, yeah. Well, well. He loves me back. I'm telling y'all, you better get into some Luther Bad Boy CD. You better get into it, okay? Fun, beautiful love stories, coming up life. You know, we were teenagers. We couldn't go nowhere. Sometimes our mama let us go somewhere though. And we'd be so happy. Until on that fateful day. Boom, 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 boom. I was looking at, like, I do like 50 cents, but they were saying like in 2003 and 2013, like I may have known the songs, but it didn't resonate with me because I really wasn't really around hard people. That didn't resonate with me. Now it does, just because I'm a woman, and you know I can understand the benefit of a strong man. But then I'm just living my best life. Till on that fateful day. And I remember even when the man I should have married, that I didn't have enough sense to marry, because this is why you don't let your boyfriend keep you from meeting your husband. Okay? Y'all better understand that. But even he said to me, I said, but God came in the room and he said, you like him. But it was the masculinity of him. It wasn't the him, but it was the masculinity of it. That's what it really was. So, anywho, but I still should have married him, but I didn't know. So, y'all, I've been telling y'all this. Okay, let me tell you what I did to my hair. Okay, I want to put my hair, I don't know how to braid. And they tickle me on YouTube. They always call it a plait a braid. This is a plait. So, I like put a little bit, see, like that's twist. But y'all call it whatever y'all call it these days. So I did that. So I might have a little curl tomorrow. And so anywho, we're gonna see. So that's a big thing. When you have mobility issues, you usually get your hair done in places in ways that's gonna make it stick. So I made the mistake of going to a beautician that I thought would make my hair nice, but she really didn't. She just did nothing. But that's okay. If I was walking, I would have went back to where I went. This ain't. Anywho, so y'all, what I want to talk to y'all about is obesity. I want to ask you to respectfully, let's talk about obesity. To respectfully share with me your insight, your opinion, respectfully. We're not going to tolerate disrespect, rude or crude or lewd or cruel information. I was listening to some of the Pan African and Afrocentric people talk about the focus glorifying singers who are obese, and how women are getting record deals for saying the lewdest things. I don't know these singers, you know, but they say some of the grossest things that ever a person could say, other than just sing and let your talent be the reason people know you or appreciate your voice or appreciate your ability to dance. And they were talking about glorifying obesity, which is one of the biggest barriers in our community. And honestly, I looked up the ICD-9, which is whenever you get any diagnosis from the medical or mental health, they use the ICD-9-10 codes to put it in a clinical way on your medical records. So when we look at the code for overweight and obesity, it's coded E66.1 all the way to 9. So the definition is chronic progressive disease, related comorbidities that may impact members who are obese or overweight. It may affect your overall health status. Now remember, everything you hear is not an all and be all. One of the ladies I know who is in the medical field told me when you get to a certain age, you are not going to be hurt because you're obese. You're not going to get cancer, heart attack, all of that. She said when you get to 65, you're all right. But that doesn't mean you don't keep moving and trying and improving. It just means God got you. He make your body do what he make it do. And it's a beautiful thing. It's just good to know that. Anywho, 40% of United States adults have obesity. Talking is partly solved. I don't understand what that means, but hi. That means 40% of all of us in the United States, all ethnic groups, all races. I'm sure there are some ethnic groups who don't struggle with obesity at all. Maybe the Japanese, I don't know for sure. Maybe some Asian cultures I have seen. Even I've seen Amish overweight people. And when I went to the Amish bakery, one of the owners, he was asking me, I was like, oh, I can't eat that because I'm on a diet. He was like, what are you doing? My wife needs to go on one. And he was honest, and I was telling him what I was doing. So everybody is interested in being healthier. So I want you to know that 40% of U.S. adults have obesity. That is defined as a body mass index of 40 or above. And 9% of adults have a body mass index of 40% or above. And that's like when they take this part and examine it. Now, that has been stated to result in a higher risk for heart, diabetes, stroke, and cancer. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is where I say we listen to the medical community, but then we don't, whatever. My heart rate is good. I will never have diabetes, not because I'm fat or skinny, because I don't have the genetic makeup for diabetes. By the power vested of the Lord, I will not have a stroke. And by the power vested of the Lord, I will not have cancer. Sometimes I learned a lot just talking to my mom about our family history. We don't have a family history of cancer. We don't have a family history of diabetes. And one of the reasons is until probably 1980, everybody ate organic food. I remember a restaurant coming into existence, which was Wendy's. Well, Crystal's and McDonald's were always here, but we didn't eat there. We ate at Crystal's sometimes, and we ate at one buffet restaurant on Sundays sometimes, but mostly we always ate at home. Captain D's, I remember Captain D's was in open, but we didn't. We ate there sometimes. So, in any case, I just want to share with you these codes. Code 1 is obesity or overweight due to increased calories. Code 9 is excess calories. Code 1 is drug-induced obesity. So as I'm talking about these things, some of you will be able to relate. Once you had an operation, once you obtained a particular, something happened, it caused you to gain weight. So we have to honor all of these things that fit into this overweight and obesity category because we have to deal with it. 40% of us are obese. And like I said, we're loving and being gentle and we're being supportive with each other, okay? I'm not going to beat myself up. You're not going to beat yourself up. We're just having a discussion. Thank you for the 4 people who hit the like button. There are 13 people in the group. Could you please hit the like button? Thank you. So point two is morbid severe obesity with alveolar hypoventilation. Don't know what that is, but maybe you do, because maybe that's something you have and you can explain it to us. Point three is overweight. Now here's another one. Point eight is other obesity. Then point nine is unspecified obesity. So think about this. Remember when I told y'all that obesity is an emotional issue? Now, we've heard as of late that sometimes, from time to time, when people have trauma, that excess weight may be related to that trauma. Maybe that's part of the point nine, unspecified trauma, or the point eight, other obesity. Oh, yeah. The tornadoes did indeed affect me. It just didn't affect my house. But all down the street, all in my neighborhood, there are streets that are leveled. And by the power of God, He protected me, and I thank Him so much. Y'all know my house burned down, and I don't know if I could handle another thing. And I tell you, it's just by the grace of God. God is so good. And the community just pulled together, and they brought us food, and just said, "You better tell me if you need something. Don't you sit here and need something." I said, "Thank you," and I wanted to cry, because Lord knows I did. See, I sometimes when I need something, I'll ask the Lord to provide. I'll think about what else I can do to help myself with that, and I'll say, well, if I don't have it, then I'll just go without. And then God provides a ram in the bush that makes me feel comfortable to say, "Hey, I need a little help," and I just thank Him. And this is part of talking about obesity. You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. When people are on here talking about you need to stop eating all of this, I just put a negative on their thing, and I just say, shut up. We have 10 areas that could affect us being obese. So I want to know, what do you think about obese people? What do you think about obesity? What are your thoughts? Those of you who have obesity and those of you who do not have obesity, it's time for us to talk about the issue respectfully, with compassion, and also, I'm not really sure. I'm just here to give value to my channel as I make my way. Miss Deborah been eating cookies all weekend. And I asked my home coworker to bring me some butter cookies, but she brings me the Christmas cookies. And I was like, well, butter cookies are easier on my teeth. They're smaller. And I really wanted that. Sometimes she don't ever buy me what I ask her to buy me. However, I asked her the other day, I said, can you just get me some butter cookies? And she brought me some. So I'm eating because I'm anxious. I'm eating because I told y'all that I was anxious. I'm eating because I told y'all that I was guilty. I'm eating because I have to be responsible for what I've done. And I'm eating because I realize that I may not be able to work my business. Not my YouTube, but my YouTube is helping me to heal. I'm eating because truth is funny. Yes, that's where it comes with the other obesity. Point nine, that's point eight. Oh, unspecified. Point three is overweight. And I don't know, this is a point two is morbid severity with obesity, morbid severe obesity with alveolar hypoventilation. And then look at this, drug-induced obesity. Surely, if her stomach is big, like she's pregnant, something's going on. Maybe they were treating one thing, and stomach got big. It is something that we don't know. Sometimes even the doctors have to figure it out. And then you do a little research and they do a little research. You try this, they try this, and you all come up with a solution that will help get that tummy down, deal with those fibroids, and The stress. One lady told me wherever you have had trauma or stress, that's where you get cancer. That's where you get fibroids. If you've been having trauma that affected a particular body part. So you never know. But we've got to talk about obesity. 40% of us are obese in America. 9% of us who are obese have 40% body mass index, which is morbidly obese. And we have all of these ways that people get obesity and overweight. So I want to thank you for being with me tonight. I want to graciously ask your opinion. I want to graciously invite you to share your comments with kindness. We won't tolerate any disrespect or cruelty, because it's one thing to just say your opinion. My throat was getting dry as I talked. It's one thing to state your opinion, but it's a whole nother thing to say, how can we help one another with obesity? Because if you have trauma and you start to gain weight because of the trauma, that really has nothing to do with what you're eating and drinking. It has more to do with your body's ability to cope with what has happened to you. Does that make sense? Hi, DG. How you doing? So please comment below. Please, we want to invite you to join my membership. I want to invite you to get my planner. It's $16 because we have 16 months of regular exercises. Please put in the comments hashtag 16, hashtag big steps. Remember how we take the big steps? I do. Hashtag chin up. This is what we're doing on my channel. We're supporting those who have chronic pain, gout, lymphedema, carpal tunnel, knee pain, all the stuff, honey. And we are saying together we can encourage each other. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So what do you think, DJ, about obesity? What are your thoughts about obesity? Even not just you, but just what are your thoughts in general about obesity? Sometimes I don't want to see people start to gain weight, but sometimes even my students will say, Miss Deborah, I saw you were gaining weight. I'll walk with you. And I wasn't even aware of it. So sometimes, thank you, Midas Nation. Sometimes, as I learn from my students and my colleagues and my exercise mates, I learn to be a little bit more aware. Or sometimes I don't even know that I'm doing well, but I appreciate the experience. Is like, oh, you're moving much better. Then sometimes I see myself moving better, and I'm like, whoa, I'm moving fast. And you'll see me get excited because I'm like, whoa, I'm moving fast. And when I look, I'm just still fat. But I'm like, whoa, I'm moving fast. Sometimes, like now, I feel bad deep inside because I know I'm eating. And I'm like, Deborah, you got to stop eating. Hi, Sherry. But you can't stop on the outside. You have to stop on the inside. Then it's going to be reflected on the outside. Except when I run out of money, I'll stop because I won't have no money to buy no junk food. And that's okay. And actually, I don't even order junk food too much when I shop. I just get somebody to go get me the junk food, eat it up because I'm a secret eater. I want you to see that stuff. I show y'all that plate I'm eating. And half the food I show y'all on my channel, I don't even eat because I can't eat a whole lot of food. Hey, Susan in Colorado's in the house. Hey, Colorado's in the house. So, y'all, I have a post listing, asking everybody to list where they're from. Yes, loneliness is a big part of it. So, DG, go deeper than that. What I want you to tell me is, how do you feel about obesity in general? Not you, just obesity. Norfolk, Virginia is in the house. Hey, I love a man. I used to love this man who's from Norfolk, Virginia. Whew. You couldn't tell me nothing about him, honey. I loved his dirty drawers. You hear me? Woo! He better not call my phone today. But I'm telling you, I used to love him. I just love the man. I don't care what you say. I just love the man. He really didn't treat me the way that I want to be treated when I need to be needed. When it comes to loving, yeah, he's the one. When it comes to providing for me, he's the one. Okay, Sherry, go deeper than that. Go deeper than that. That sounds good, but go deeper than that. What do you think about obesity? What do you think about it? Then what do you think we can do to help each other with obesity? What do you think your city, your county, your nation can do? Because it's one thing to say it's unhealthy and very painful. However, everybody who sells all the food out there, they don't care about that. They want you to buy some Taco Bell, honey. So what are we say? Are we saying that if fast foods didn't exist, we wouldn't have an obesity problem? What are we saying? So I want you to tell me what you think about obesity, and then kind of how can we help obesity? I got you. I want you to think deeper, 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 because obesity wasn't always painful. Think about all the years we lived obese. We were not in pain. So I want us to think deeper, 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 deeper. Ow, 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 ow. Deeper, 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 deeper. And I, like I said, take yourself out of it. Just think about it. You know, we see a chubby little baby. Oh, that baby's beautiful, actually. Oh, that chubby little baby. See a chubby little girl. Let me get a girl a quarter, a dollar, a dime, or a candy bar, or pick something, buy it for you. What do we think? So you think we need to be educated on portion control and nutrition, okay? Okay, so let's take it away from you. Okay, you're saying, I think obesity in itself is a hurtful thing. I don't have diabetes. I don't know if I have hypertension or not. Um, mm, Obesity causes swelling. Okay. Okay, and other health problems. Okay. 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 I just want us to think about it, talk about what we think about obesity, and just kind of, hold on a second, let me read. I had a lover who did not love me back. Okay. 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 Very good. Thank you for your contribution. Let's keep talking about this. Let's not, like I said, with compassion, with honesty. Sometimes we have to think about it. Sometimes we just say whatever we have heard or what have you, but think about it. When you were a teenager, preteen, in college, I know we all got that freshman 15, honey, from we had 12 cafeterias on our campus. And we had food parties every night. Food parties. So just think about it. I appreciate us talking about it. Like I said, gently, respectfully. We are not bashing obese people, because I ain't gonna let y'all talk bad about me either. So let's talk about that. Let's look at what we can do. Let's look at what it is. What it is. What's can a player just be? My niece said that's not a good song, but I don't know. Low-cal foods. Low-cal foods that are not high in fat content but still taste good, not like sawdust. I think the state or county could use offer us exercise classes with trainers for free transportation. Okay, that's a nice statement. Okay. So what I want to do, I want us to continue this conversation. My body tells me it wants me to lay over, so I gotta listen to it. Definitely be supportive of one another. Have open conversations. Definitely healthier portions and walking. Okay. Okay. So like y'all are not. I need you to go deeper. So what I asked you is, what do you think about obesity? So you're giving me answers, but I first want you to really think about what you think about obesity, and think about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, before you have what you have right now. Think about those around you who are at healthy stages of obesity, who have 5 and 10 pounds of overweight, 20 pounds overweight. I want you to please hit the like button. Think about that. Think about how we get food. So if the answer was portion control, so the answer is cooking at home and making low calorie meals. What's a low calorie meal? Do you know kids need a lot of calories? Yeah, kids need a lot of calories. Athletes need a lot of calories. Do you know when the football players would eat, they would fix them big old steaks, and they would also fix them a half of a chicken every meal. So think deeper, think deeper, think deeper. So what I ask you, Sherry, is what you just said really isn't not dealing with what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what do you think about obesity? Think about people who are obese, but they're not limited. They're not in pain. They're working every day. They're doing their thing. So I want you to think about it a little bit deeper, because those are very surface answers. 40% of Americans, so that means if you take every 100 people, 40 of them are obese. And if you take, I think it's 1,000 people, 9 of them, 1,000 per people, every 1,000 people, 9 of them are morbidly obese, like fat, like me. So what I'm asking you, you're telling me lots of stuff, Sherry. But what I'm asking you is, what do you think about obesity? I'm really asking you to go deeper than where you're going. But I'm going to get off now. Oh, I love the let's keep the conversation going. And if we could maybe say, I think this about obesity, maybe that'll help frame, because I want us to know that 40% of people, 100 million people in this country are obese. So we have to think this thing through strategically. DG, financial issues play a big part of the problem for many. The junk food and the fast food meals, like the dollar menu, is cheap and most people are struggling financially, okay? So if you were to restate that, I think that obesity is affected by the financial gain goal of the fast food industry, because they offer low cost, and now somebody say low caloric meals, so high caloric meals at a low cost for people. So Cherie says if people will learn how to cook low caloric meals at home, however, the fast food industry offers low cost meals that are high in calories. That doesn't measure up. Those are two different things. Thank you. That's why I'm a resume writer. No. So this is obesity right here. This is me. This is you. This is Sherry. This is DG. This is someone else. This is Porch Lady. So, okay? This is all of us. This is obesity. So, hi, Porch Lady. Great conversation. Challenge can be personal. Okay, great. So, what I want everybody to do, Porch Ladies, I want you to say, I think the following about obesity. I want you to talk about, not necessarily about your situation and your relationship with obesity. I want you to first talk about what you think about obesity. And secondly, a solution that you might have for obesity. And then you can talk about your personal situation. So we looked at, let me go over these one more time because just got it. We looked at the ICD-10 codes for overweight and obesity. So 40% of adults have obesity. We also know that 100 million people in the U.S. are obese. So the code is E66-01. That's increased calories. This is for overweight and obesity. -1. Then the next one is 7. Excess. So one is increased calories. The next one is excess calories. The next one is drug-induced obesity. So think about that. The next one is, so when you think about drug-induced obesity, that ain't got nothing to do with what you eating or where you buying your food from. So this is what I want you to think about. What do you think about obesity? So now we got morbidly severe obesity with alveolar hypoventilation. That's 0.2. 0.3 is overweight. 0.8 is other obesity. So there's a whole nother category. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing we've talked about today. That's called other obesity. Then 0.9 is unspecified obesity. And I would dare to say that trauma, we've all heard that trauma causes people to be obese. We've heard that. Let me tell you something. I told y'all a couple of years ago when I was in the apartment waiting for my house to be rebuilt, I noticed my thighs was covering my vagina. And I said, Mama, I was, assaulted. And I told my body that you don't have to cover my stuff up, honey. You can lose this weight. Because I actually lost 50 pounds while I was waiting for my house to get rebuilt. Because I was like, look, I ain't losing weight. So I want you to talk, and I want you to verbalize it this way. I think the following about obesity. And then you might say, I believe a solution for obesity is. Then you may say, my personal situation with obesity is. Then you might say, other factors that affect obesity are. Like we talked about the young lady who said about the financial, from the industry, the world of commercial industry where they make the dollar menu. Now it's a $1.25 menu or the $2.75 menu. Yes, ma'am. So thank y'all. Oh my goodness. We're here to encourage you to hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're here to encourage you to join my membership. I think it's $9.99 a month. I don't know. I can't remember. We're here to encourage you to buy my planner. It's $16. We're here to encourage you to put 16 in the comments. Hashtag 16. Hashtag big steps. Hashtag chin up. Because y'all know we about that life. Okay? So thank you. Please keep texting. Let's keep talking. Let's keep communicating. And we're going to see how my hair looks tomorrow. And we're going to see what we can come up with. We're going to keep talking. I'm going to put a chart where you can pick which one of these resonates with you. Which one of these definitions for obesity resonates with you. Okay? 40% of Americans are classified as overweight or obese. 100 million people in the United States are obese. 9% of those have 40% body mass or more, like me. That's 9% of adults. And see, it said you don't even include the pediatric obesity. Childhood obesity is different all in all itself. So God bless each of you. Thank you. Keep Clarksville, Tennessee in your prayers. We are here. Yes, I know, but you fix a separate meal for your kids and you fix your meal for you, which is the local meal. and low-calorie meal will consist of baking or boiling, air frying, not in cooking grease. So, Sherry, before you put that word, I wanted you to put a solution for obesity is, or you got to put the tagline in front of what you're saying so that we can frame your statement in a way that helps us look at the big issue. So you're suggesting cook a separate meal for yourself than your children, okay? Okay, great. That's a good point too. And that's why I'm asking each of you to comment. What do you think about obesity? What are your solutions? What are your other thoughts about the whole issue of obesity? Okay, y'all are wonderful. Thank you for your support. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Please join my membership. Please buy my planner. Please continue to rock with me, and I appreciate it. Y'all, guess what? We have over 300,000 subscribers. Y'all, I can't do this by myself. I can't. And that's in less than 3 months. Because from July, August, September, October, I just had 1 to 2,000. Then in October, it went 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, like in 3 days. The fourth day, it was like 68,000, 88,000 by the end of the day. The next day, it was like 92 to 100,000. Then the next week, it was like 76,000. Just growing. By the time I got my YouTube trophy, I had 200,000. So we are here, and I am a testimony of the challenges of obesity. I am a testimony of the gains with my mobility, where I have made a lot of mental and physical gains. Even see how I'm sitting on the end of the bed, but my body wants me to pull over there. And I showed y'all yesterday I can do a sit-up in bed. I've been able to do a sit-up for like a year and a half. So I want my coach to practice with me so that I can do some sit-ups so I can beat my brother in the sit-up contest, okay? So also I'm going to get another trainer. I'm going to ask Jesus, can I have some money to pay for another trainer? Yes, my dear. Thank you, Lord. See, Jesus said, whatever you want, just ask, he'll give it to you. So I'm going to get me another trainer to keep working with me on my legs. I might go to that new stretch. They got a club that all they do is stretch you out. So I don't know. I'm going to do something, honey. I got to do something, okay? Thank you. Peace, y'all. Peace and hair grease. See my candy canes? We're in the candy cane gang. See, candy cane gang. The candy cane gang. That's the other candy cane gang. So thank y'all. God bless you. I'll see y'all. If God say the same, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, Judy. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Peace and hair grease. Bye.